Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome in for those of you that are new here. My name is Natalie Hughes. I am a psychic medium. I'm a spiritual consultant and I specialize in business and mindset mentorship. On my platform, I help professional women to co-create emotionally fulfilled and purpose-driven lives for themselves. In today's reading, I feel super inspired on this topic. We're talking about something is being returned to you, okay? This is like karmic debt, something that you lost that is now being found. Something is coming back around, okay? It rhymed, so it's true. I'm super excited to get into this, and I specifically have been hearing the phrase, the light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. And I know that phrase is like popular or something. I first heard it, I think, in an Ariana Grande song, which I don't even listen to that much. Like that song is not one of my favorites, but it just keeps on coming up. So I'm like, okay, Spirit, we need to talk to the girls about the light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. And as I'm tapping into the energy and I was creating the thumbnail for you guys for today, I was also getting this gospel song. In this gospel song, the singer, it's by Ty Tribbett, I believe. And in the gospel song, he says, I want it all back. Okay. I want it all back. Everything that you took from me, I want it all back. So go listen to that song, I Want It All Back by Ty Tribbett. You can look it up. And I see the girlies talking in the live chat. So let me say hi. Hi, Melanin Wiles. Hi, Jordan. Jordan says, yay. Hi, Michaela. How are you? Michaela says, yay. I caught a live. Hey, Nav. Hi, Buki. Is anyone else hearing the sound cut in and out? Michaela says the sound is fine for me. Perfect. Yes, Melanin Wiles. Things good. Yes, thank you so much for the support in the live chat, Michaela. All right, my loves, let's jump right into this. We have 3 piles for you to choose from. So pick the card or cards that stand out the most to you. This is a live stream, so the timestamps will be uploaded once I am finished with the entire live stream. And I always want to remind you guys that I have the chat and everything covered except between each pile because I will get distracted. So I love your live chats. Please comment, talk to one another, have each other's back in the live chat. I really love and appreciate that. And also, sorry, I just had an epiphany in my mind. Also, be sure to like the live, and I forgot what else I was gonna say. So whatever. Let's just get started with pile number 1. Hello, A. Hello, SJM Cat. Hi. All right, fabulous. Melanin Wiles is here. Pile number 1, gang. We love to see it. All right, let's get started. Hello, my gorgeous pilot number 1s. Welcome to your reading. Today we are tapping into the light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. There's something that's coming into your life, something that's coming into your world. And it's like something that is karmically owed, which is really interesting. A lot of the terminology that's coming through for today's reading is not phrases that I would typically use. I don't typically talk about karma because I don't typically believe in karma in the way that a lot of mainstream new age people kind of talk about it. But that word was coming through. And then also this concept of the light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. You guys know that I have to give you that disclaimer at the beginning of the reading because we should all be decolonizing our minds. I do not personally participate in the story that light is good and dark is bad. However, that is the phrasing that came through, so that's what we're going to use. But I just had to give you that disclaimer so we can all remember that, okay? All right, so pile number 1, you chose stay open to the good and beautiful things. You got magic mushroom, miracles, fairy energy, and opening up. The light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. I feel as though pile number 1, you were people that have an incredibly adventurous spirit. I'm definitely getting the energy of my women who like to travel, my women who want to see the world, my women who want to have fun, my women who want to go out to the bars and the lounges. They want to dance on the tabletops. The light that is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. I feel like you guys could have quite literally gone through some sort of dark night of the soul. You guys could have literally gone through some experience where you went through some sort of like sadness. You experienced some sort of loss, okay? It could have been the loss of a job. It could have been the loss of a friendship. It could have been the loss of a partner. It could have been the loss of so many things. But I feel like you had an experience where you, at some point, you felt on top of the world. Okay, I'm seeing dun 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 dun. What's that? Pee Wee Herman. I'm seeing Pee Wee Herman dancing on the tabletop on the bar. You can't see me, but I'm like, I don't know if that's the mashed potato that I'm doing. A little dance move. So you guys, I'm seeing women who were having an experience where you felt like you were on top of the world, where you felt like everything was going right, where you felt like everything was going your way, where you felt like everything good is on your side, and then something happened. And so within the context of pile number 1, where we're having that conversation of the light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. We're talking about how negative experiences and negative people and being like backstabbed, for example, that darkness and that pain can steal more from us than just no longer having a specific friend, no longer having a specific relationship. That darkness can take root in a way, and it can grow and it can expand. And where you maybe had an experience where one person betrayed you. This is just the example that's coming through. You could have had an experience where one person betrayed you. And then that darkness spread into your life. And all of a sudden you're looking at everybody feeling like you can't trust them. You're looking at everyone around you, wondering whether or not they're going to abandon you. You're looking at everyone around you, wondering whether or not they really have your back. You're looking at everyone around you, wondering whether or not they really like you or love you or care for you or are genuine and authentic. The light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. I feel like what was stolen from you, what's being given back to you, what you're receiving and what you're tapping into and what you're creating and what you're allowing in, is more happiness and more adventure and more fun. Somebody here is getting their joy back. I haven't seen Inside Out 2, but they're showing me a reference. I'm going to have to put the pieces together the best I can because I haven't seen the movie. But apparently there's a character, the name of the character is Anxiety. And what I get from the context clues of the things I've seen online, anxiety is kind of taking over the little character girl from Inside Out. The main, the girl, it's her emotions. And then there's a moment in the movie where Joy, who is the emotion of joy, stands up and says, Anxiety, you need to let her go. You can't control her. This is not who she is. So somebody here has seen Inside Out. Somebody here has seen Inside Out too. Maybe you need to go and watch that movie, and that's going to have confirmation and inspiration for you. But that's what I'm getting. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. The light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. You had a negative experience. And as a consequence of that negative experience, you started telling the story, maybe I'll never be happy. We've talked about this, and maybe we've talked about it for pal number 1. Y'all will have to remind me because I don't really remember. Once it comes out, I kind of forget. But we're having a conversation about your identity. When the good things were happening, when things were going well, it felt so good, but it wasn't in alignment with your own identity. And so when things started going bad, when shit started going wrong, when shit started hitting the fan, when you got betrayed or you lost a job or blah, 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 somewhere inside of you, you were like, that's about right. That's what happens to me. This is how I live. And then you started to look back on that time of happiness and joy as a fluke. That was just a one-time thing. That only happened to me because I was in college. That only happened to me because I was in that specific program. That only happened to me because I was working with that team on that project, and that project is over and that team is disbanded, so that'll never happen to me again. That only happened to me because blah, 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 blah. But the truth is, it was about your identity. A part of you felt so lucky and so blessed to be having that goodness happen to you. Because it felt like, oh my God, this kind of thing doesn't happen for me. People like me who come from places like me, who have XYZ different thing like me, they don't get good shit like this. They don't get jobs like this. They don't get salaries like this. They don't get wardrobes like this. They don't get income like this. They don't get success like this. I don't get this. Oh my God. And then when it went away, and then when you felt like it was taken away, and then you went into that period of sadness, and you went into that period of disappointment, it was like, yep, now we're back to normal. Now we're back to who I am. Now we're back to how I live. It was nice while it lasted. And so that joy and that happiness and that goodness then became like a dream, like a distant dream. It was like there was a period of goodness, and it feels like a fever dream. The thing that happened once that can never happen again. The thing that happened that one good time and I'll never be able to get that moment back. Lies from the devil's mouth. The devil is a liar and a deceiver. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true that the goodness can't come back. It's not true that you can't have that joy everlasting. It's not true that the good moment can't be a good moment that you get to live out for the rest of your fucking days. The devil is a liar. Pile number 1, you need to start practicing. You need to develop the skill. This is like discernment. You need to develop the skill of being able to identify when you are being lied to. Sometimes you're being lied to by your own brain. You're being lied to by your own mind. When the thoughts say, you can't have that. You can't live back in that town again. You can't have a job back in that industry again. You can't get paid that well again. Lies from the devil's mouth. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. Hold on, I gotta get this down. Ah! Ooh, you son of a bitch. Not anybody in this chat or anything like that, but just I went to grab my deck and it all came out, but that's okay because it didn't come out in the way that I thought that it did. It's okay. It's okay. We're all right. Okay. Let's get some tarot cards. The light is coming. The light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. What is being returned to pile number one? What is being karmically returned to pile number one? We have the Eight of Cups. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. Come on, y'all. Please don't do this today. Cards falling all over the fucking place. Now I have to play Inspector Gadget to make sure I picked them all up. Okay, let's start with the Eight of Cups here. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. The first thing that's coming through is you can acknowledge that what you walked away from in the past, or what you quote unquote lost in the past, it was not everything. It was an Eight of Cups thing. And so when we have the Eight of Cups, we have so much, but there's just something that's missing. We have a lot. We have a lot of really good stuff, but there's something that's missing. You were working at a really great job in a really great position, but there was something that was missing. So, number one, we want to take that previous experience off of the pedestal, because you've kind of built it up in your mind as if it was this perfect, flawless thing that you'll never get back to. But the truth is, there were flaws in what you walked away from. That's okay. It wasn't the perfect place for you. Some of you are longing to go back to a place that wasn't the place. They said too small. Something was too small for you. Okay? If this was a person, if this was a relationship, you think it's small, well, you need to be thinking big, bitch. And I'm quoting the viral sound. If it was working at a specific company, working at a specific corporation, doing a specific job, it was lovely and the salary was good, but it wasn't everything that you needed it to be. It wasn't the dream. It wasn't your Nine of Cups. Are you willing to admit that a part of you is clinging on to that good phase and that good moment and that good thing? Not because it was absolutely perfect, but because you're afraid that it'll never get better. And so you're looking back and you're reminiscing and you're making it a better thing than it really was. Not saying it was bad, but it wasn't your Nine of Cups. This is relevant. But you're looking back on that with the feeling of longing and a feeling of regret or a feeling of missing out, like a feeling of FOMO. Except it wasn't your wish fulfillment. It wasn't everything you could have ever wanted. And the truth is, the light that's coming to give back everything the darkness stole is you're walking away from what wasn't fully emotionally fulfilling, and you're being ushered into Hillary Duff. This is what dreams are made of. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. A part of you is closed off and afraid about allowing the goodness to come in. Because what if it's just going to get taken away from me again? Right now, you're telling a story of powerlessness. But it's your job to change your identity. It's your job to change how you see yourself. It's your job to change who you believe yourself to be. Panel number 1, do you believe yourself to be the woman that shit just doesn't work out for? Do you believe yourself to be the woman that has a shitty job? Do you believe yourself to be the woman that has a relationship that's not fulfilling? A relationship where the guy doesn't show up? A relationship where the guy doesn't commit to her? A relationship where the guy isn't all in? Is that who you are? Is that what you get to have? Is that what you expect? Or are you going to be willing to stand up and step into that position of leadership in your own mind and decide who you're going to be? Right here and right now, you are being given the opportunity to decide, I'm the woman who always has an amazing job. I am the woman who is highly sought after in her career. I am the woman who is highly sought after in romance. That's your affirmation. I am highly sought after. Comment that down below if you're claiming this, if this is resonating with you. I am highly sought after. That's your affirmation. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. Temperance and the Lovers, exactly. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. The High Priestess and the King of Cups. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. Temperance is quite literally a card of reconciliation. The Lovers, the Six of Cups, the High Priestess, and the King of Cups. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. I see a beautiful romantic relationship coming into your life. And with the energy of the High Priestess, you know this and you feel this intuitively showing up for you. Some of you are having dreams about this partner that's coming into your life. Stay open to the good and beautiful things. The message coming through from Spirit is to stay open to the love and the joy that is available to you, because with the energy of the Six of Cups, this is like inner child. This is like inner child. There's a relationship that's coming into your life that is going to support you in healing your inner child. What is being karmically returned to you? This feels like I'm sorry. I'm hesitating. But what I'm getting really strongly is that this feels like a lover. This feels like a love relationship. And it could be a completely new relationship, but we have so many cards about reconciliation. Temperance is reconciliation. Six of Cups is reconciliation. That's kind of crazy. The woman was too stunned to speak. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing because I'm happy. Anyway. Okay, so some of you might feel like me in this sense, where as I was talking and as I was channeling and as I was tapping into the energy, I'm focusing on career, I'm focusing on growth and expansion, I'm focusing on more happiness, I'm focusing on more joy, and then we pull more tarot cards and it's like a lover from the past coming back around. Anyway, I want to end this reading right here. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm done. Not in like a fun haha sense, but just like I'm done. So I feel like this will resonate with you. I don't feel like pile number 1 is a group of women that are seeking out romantic love right now. Not saying that you are opposed to it, not saying that you are hating it. I feel like pile number 1 is a group of women that are focused on their career. They're focused on getting their money up and not their funny up. They're focused on growing and expanding. They're focused on just having more joy in their life and being more free and being more adventurous. And I feel like what's about to happen for you, pile number 1, is you're about to be in another season of good thing after good thing after good thing after good thing. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man. That's lessons on lessons on lessons. That's a song by Big Sean. Way up, I feel blessed. Pile number 1, you're about to be in a position where you're feeling so blessed and you're feeling so good and everything is coming together. And then you're also going to have this love relationship, but I feel like it's going to be a surprise. I literally feel like somebody's grabbing my arm. Somebody's gonna come and surprise you. Literally, we have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. which just feels like a surprise. I feel like you guys have a romantic surprise that is manifesting in your life. It could be a past person, it could be a new person. I'm going to be honest, it seems like a past person. I'm not getting if this is a bad thing or a positive thing or an anything thing. I see a woman doing her. I see a woman having a really good time. I see a woman thriving in her career. I see a woman focusing on herself. And I see love manifesting. I see love showing up. King of Cups, this would be somebody emotionally available. And with the Lovers, of course, is a soulmate connection. Also, we can't ignore the fact that there's 4 major arcana cards here. This is major. So you're about to be in a position where you're thriving a lot in your career and you're having a lot of fun. And also, you're going to have a soulmate that comes into your life with the energy of the Lovers. It's kind of like a catch-22. And I'm about to say something that I hate, which when I get on here and I'm channeling, I'm not just saying the things that I want to say. Because if it was up to me, we would have just kept talking about your career. So here we are. Here we are. Against my wishes. We have the energy of the Lovers, and this deck, I'm using the Supernova Tarot. It's like a cupid in the sky. And this cupid arrow is shooting towards this woman. I feel like you're going to be in a position where you have multiple romantic suitors, and one of them is going to stand out the most to you. I also am just getting this energy of like karmically, which is so crazy. Because when we think about karma, now I'm thinking about like divine orchestration. That's what this feels like. It feels like you're about to be in a position where you really feel on top of the world, and there's some sort of divine intervention that's happening in your romantic life, and you're going to meet this person kind of like by chance, or something's going to happen. So basically, the message that's coming through with the catch-22 is this is going to happen for you when you least expect it, which I hate saying. So pile number 1, if you have been having that hands-off approach in romance where you're like, I'm not begging for love, I'm not chasing anyone down, I'm focusing on myself, I'm doing this and this and this, keep doing that thing. Don't listen to this reading and get this message and then all of a sudden change course and start focusing on your love relationship. It's going to throw you off. You're going to be messing too much with the middle. So you keep doing you, and you keep focusing on whatever the fuck you need to focus on, and you keep creating success for yourself, and you keep changing your identity, who you believe yourself to be, so that having your dream life does not feel like a pipe dream, but it feels normal and natural and like something you obviously get to have. If you don't know how to do that, there's an abundance of resources available to you in the description. You continue doing that work, and then there's a romantic offer. I want to say offerings. This feels like multiple people. That's going to be coming into your life, and it's going to be a surprise. And the message is to stay open. And maybe if you're like me and you feel that resistance coming up, then the message of stay open is amplified even more. Because you might be like, I am open to more fun, and I am open to more success and more money. And then it's like, oh, romance, oh, person from my past. And then you feel yourself getting more closed off. Yeah. The message that I'm getting is stay open. Okay, pal number one, that hurt me a little bit to say. Okay, um, where are we? I am open for personal readings now. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can click the link in the description box. I don't know how long I'm going to be open for personal readings. You guys know sometimes I'm open and then I'm not. So if you want a personal reading with me, click the link in the description and book, okay? I don't have my books open every single day, Monday through Friday, so we're gonna see what's going on. All right, loves. With that being said, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Okay, let's see what's happening with the live chat. A says, it's 5 o'clock in the morning where I live. I just woke up half an hour ago. Suddenly, I take it as a sign. I love that. I'm so glad that you made the live, and hopefully that supported you, or one of the other piles will. Michaela says, yes, always decolonization. Amen. Tequila. Exactly, Melanin Wiles. Michaela says, I think you're meant to hear these messages. Right. My first thought too. Yes, Riley. Yes, that's the girl's name, Riley. I love Inside Out too. Good. Pile 1 is pretty accurate. Good, A. I'm happy that it was. Exactly. Victory is mine, Melanin Wiles. Not only can I have it again, it's the new standard. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Amen. And I can improve on the standard. Absolutely. China Marie, I'm so happy that was resonating with you. I am highly sought after. Amen. Michaela says, I am highly sought after. Amen. Melanin Wild says, a lover from the past. Spray is a roach spray. Listen. I'm not at liberty to comment. Michaela says, please, not the lover from the past. No comment, no comment. We have to move on as a community. I can't comment on it. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. There's many thoughts going through my mind, and I have to let them go in one ear and out the other because it just doesn't support me. Could the reconciliation be like a past life reconnection but new to this life? Why not, Michaela? If that's how that resonates with you, why not? Pluto loves the 8th. Hi. Hi, how are you? I love the supernova deck. I almost had an accident last night. Okay. I don't mean, okay, sometimes I feel bad when I'm on live and you guys are making comments and then I'm responding with a twinge of the tism, but it sounds like I'm being like a mean girl. I'm not. My response to that is, okay, I'm happy that you didn't have an accident, A. And now we have to move on to pile number 2. Okay. Hello, pile number 2. How are you doing? I hope that you are doing really, really good. In today's reading, we are tapping into the light is coming to give back something that was lost is coming back around, is coming into your life, is manifesting for you. What is it? Let's find out. And I have to say at the beginning of every pile that I'm not subscribed to the idea that light is good and darkness is bad. However, the phrases for today's readings were very specific. So everything in the video is not necessarily a reflection of, you know, what I believe or what I think. You know, I don't typically do the whole karma thing, but that's the message that Spirit wants to convey today. So we're here, okay? You guys chose the Forbidden Forest, Bravery, Persistence, Redemption. You are so brave to keep on going the way that you do. And that's number 35. Somebody could be 35 years old. You could be born on the 8th, like the 8th month, or the 8th of the month, or 8 could just be significant at 7:44 right now. That also could be true with the numbers 3s and 5s, okay? So take that how it resonates. I'm going to start off with you shuffling, tapping into the energy of everyone who chose pile number 2. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. Queen of Cups, the Emperor, the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Now we're talking about stability with the Hermit card. Your perseverance in your career is bringing significant gains into your life. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. 5 of Swords. Pile number 2 is for the woman who's committed and the woman who's all in. The woman who's going to make shit happen no matter the fuck what. Pile number 2 is for the woman who is determined, the woman who is focused, the woman who has tunnel vision, the woman who is not letting shit distract her. The message that's coming through is a reminder. You need to be aware of the shit that is created, the shit that is made and targeted towards you, that is supposed to make you question yourself, that is supposed to make you doubt yourself, that is supposed to make you feel helpless or hopeless. Whether it's a news article or a video on your news feed or something that you're reading in a book or a statistic that you're seeing. Everything is not always necessarily supportive. I remember when I was like 16, 17 years old and the 13th documentary came out, which was basically a documentary about the 13th Amendment, and I was super obsessed with it. And it talks about the prison industrial complex, and it's just so good. And it was either in that documentary or something that I was reading around that time. It was talking about it was like something like 1 in 4 Black people will be arrested or incarcerated or something in their lifetime, right? Crazy statistics. And it made me feel hopeless in a way. It made me feel like a part of me felt destined for failure in a way. That could be me. Statistically, it is likely for that to be me. And I'm not saying that everybody thinks this way or everybody internalizes information in this way. And I'm not talking about what I think the intentions of the directors or producers or creators of that documentary were. But that's just one example of how sometimes we can take information and we can hold on. Okay, sorry. All right. Where was I? Okay. There are instances where we can take these statistics or things that we're hearing or things that we're seeing in the news, and we can internalize that, and we can become our own worst enemy, where now we feel hopeless because somebody told us that our dreams aren't possible. Another example of this would be like getting into medical school. When you hear about the statistics, the people who don't pass the MCAT, the people who score really well on the MCAT, the people that get into the top medical schools across the country, as those percentages get smaller and smaller and smaller, you can start to believe in yourself less and less and less. Pound number 2, the message that's coming through from Spirit is it's time for you to adapt the mindset that says, why not me? And not just, why not me? I can have great things. Why not? Why not? Why couldn't I get this good thing? But seriously, asking yourself the question, this is about reflection. This is about self-awareness. Why not me? What is it about me that when I think about this relationship of my dreams, I question it and I doubt it? What is it about me that when I think about the career of my dreams, I question it and I doubt it? What is it about me that when I think about the income of my dreams, I question it and I doubt it? Why not me? Why not me? And then when you identify those stories that you're telling, then your job is to challenge and debunk those stories because they're lies. Why are you expecting and believing that shit might not go in your favor, that you might lose? What is it about the story that you're telling about yourself? And it can't just be because somebody else told me that I can't succeed because I'm a black woman. That's not it. What's that amazing quote from the Princess Diaries? When Joe is talking to Mia and he says, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. It's not that they told you that you couldn't be successful because you were a woman, or they told you that you couldn't be successful because you were a black woman. It's that resonated with the part of you. Somewhere inside of you, you're telling the story and you're believing being a black woman, being a woman of color, being a woman is holding me back, is impacting my ability to create that success. Why not me? Because when you look through history, there have always been members within marginalized communities fighting back and winning. When you look throughout history, there have always been members of marginalized communities fighting back and winning. So now let's ask the question again, why not me? From the perspective of, if they can do it, why not me too? If they can figure it out, why not me too? I was thinking earlier about that quote from Michelle Obama. And I don't remember the quote exactly, but she was basically saying, like, people ask me all the time, you're in the room with some of the most powerful people in the planet, and are you not intimidated? And she says something like, well, no, I'm not intimidated because they're not that intimidating. They're not that smart. A lot of us have ideas where we're putting other people up on a pedestal and we're making them smarter, more powerful, because we're buying into the marketing of it all. It was a scheme set up by Todd. The story is that I'm bigger and I'm stronger and I'm smarter and I'm more capable and you're not. The story was, I hold this position at this company and I make this amount of money, and that's supposed to impress you. And that's supposed to communicate to you, because of my status, because of my income, because of my blah, blah, blah. That's supposed to communicate to you that I am a big deal. And it's not that people can't be respected, and it's not that people can't be valuable, and it's not that people can't be good teachers and leaders. It's that somebody else's position or status or income or whatever does not ever make them better than you. Period. Full stop. Pile number 2, the darkness, the negative that has been taking too much of a hold in your life. It's the story that somebody else, emperor, somebody else has more power over you and over your life. Somebody else gets to decide the direction of your life. Bullshit. The devil is a liar and a deceiver. You are so brave to keep on going the way that you do. If this is resonating with you, comment down below, I am so brave. That's your affirmation. I am so brave. I am courageous. Courage is when you feel the fear and you do it anyway. Courage is when you feel the fear and you do it afraid. Courage is when you feel the fear and you do it terrified. I am so brave. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Emperor, the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Hermit. The light that's coming to give back everything that the darkness stole is that when you lock in, when I say lock in, I mean when you lock in with your mind, when you lock in with your focus, when you get to a place, I'm hearing that song by Kanye West, boo, thumbs down, but this is from early 2000s Kanye. Wait till I get my money right. Then you can't tell me nothing. Aha, you can't tell me nothing. Somebody needs to go listen to that. I think the title of the song is literally You Can't Tell Me Nothing. I think. I don't know. When you lock in and you focus on seeing yourself succeed, I say this to my personal clients all the time. If you have time to worry about a worst case scenario, then you have time to be seeing yourself winning and seeing yourself victorious. There's a meditation on that on my YouTube channel. You can find it most easily through the free resource library. That's linked in the description box. If you have time to worry about whether or not you succeed, then you could be using that same time scripting and journaling and EFT tapping and focusing on seeing yourself succeeding, on committing to seeing yourself succeeding, on committing to seeing yourself victorious. When you lock in, for some of you, you are locked in, okay? 8 of Wands, you receive downloads, epiphanies, bits of information and realizations and ideas that come into your mind and that, I want to say, blow you away. They're saying, Hamilton, you are receiving epiphanies and ideas that are going to blow us all away. Nine of Pentacles, the light that's coming is money. The light that's coming is income. The light that's coming is cash flow. Don't get so focused on the hoopla and the statistics and the blah, blah, blahs that you forget that you have power, that this is a vibrational reality, that your reality is responding to you. That when you focus and lock in and see yourself succeeding, your physical reality must reflect that back to you. It doesn't have a choice. The money must show up. The income must show up. The job must manifest. The solutions must manifest. Your job is to lock in. Your job is to persist. What word do we have here under the Forbidden Forest? Persistence, bravery, persistence, redemption. Pile number 2, the message that's coming through from Spirit is when you persist, nevertheless, she persisted. They stripped away DEI. Nevertheless, she persisted. They took away affirmative action. Nevertheless, she persisted. They let her go from that job, and nevertheless, she persisted. She had no idea where the income or the clients or the customers would come from. Nevertheless, she persisted. Pile number 2. The message that's coming through from Spirit is to persist, to stay focused on your goal, to stay focused on seeing yourself succeeding, to stay focused on seeing yourself winning. We have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Cups came out first. Queen of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. Queen of Cups can be, I'm so empathetic. I care about everything. I'm crying because this thing happened, and I'm sad because this thing happened, and I can't believe this. I can sit and I can think about the psychological and the mental and the physical and the financial consequences of the shit that is happening right now in the country, and economically. I can think about the consequences that that will have on the communities that I love the most and that I care about the most, and I will fall into a depression. I will get into bed and I will not want to get out. That doesn't help my community. That doesn't make the world a better place. That doesn't help us do the shit that we need to do with midterm elections coming the fuck up. You need to tap into that Queen of Swords energy. That doesn't mean you stop feeling. That doesn't mean that you stop caring. That doesn't mean that you ignore your emotions. That means you cry if you need to cry. You recognize when it's time to turn off the news and turn on the gospel music. Or to turn off the news and turn on the podcast that lights you the fuck up. To stop focusing on the negative and start getting tapped into something that makes you feel reconnected to your spirit, your mission, your purpose, your why. You need a playlist of songs. You need a playlist of podcast episodes. You need a playlist of movies. That when you watch that shit, there is a fire that is lit up inside of you, that gets reignited inside of you. That makes you feel like, okay, I'm ready to fight for what I believe in. I'm ready to fight for what matters to me. I'm ready to fight for my community. I'm ready to fight for the well-being of my family. And that fighting is your mindset. Your resistance is your willingness to see yourself successful. Your fighting is your commitment to persisting in the new story. That Queen of Swords energy. And what I see coming in for you, what I see happening for you with the energy of the Hermit card, I see you tapping into next level self-respect. And that manifests as next level other people respecting you. Because while everybody is freaking out and everybody is panicking and everybody is downward spiraling, how the hell does pile number 2 have a level head right now? How the hell is pile number 2 still confident? They're showing me that Tokyo Tony viral video. You see my hand? And her hand's not shaking. Period. Never afraid. And if you're afraid, then you're courageous. I am brave. One of my favorite songs, makes me cry every time, is from Mulan. Mulan 2. And she's saying, one alone is not enough. You need both together. Winter, summer, moon, and sun. It's called lesson number 1. She's saying all of these things like a rock. You have to be hard. Like an oak, you must stand firm. She says, cut quick, like my blade. Think fast, unafraid. And as she's moving through the song, it gets to the most beautiful part. She says, you're at peace because you know it's okay to be afraid. Like a cloud, I am soft. Like bamboo, I bear it in the wind. I'm at peace because I know it's okay to be afraid. I skipped a part. I'm forgetting some of the lyrics. It's fine. Go listen to it. Lesson number 1 from Mulan. Really good. Some of you need to go and watch Mulan. Maybe that's going to be your movie that shifts the fuck out of you. That activates you. That elevates you. That makes you feel ready. So you're going to tap into this energy of next level respect. Not only are you being respected by yourself and other people, but the consequences of this respect is resulting in Nine of Pentacles, money. Money, 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 money. That's what they're singing in my head. Money, moolah, cash money. Taking over for the 99 and the 2000s. Seriously, money. You're going to get that job, diva. You're going to get that raise, girl. You're going to get that number of clients you want. You're going to get that number of customers you desire. You're going to reach that financial goal. You're going to reach that savings goal. You're going to reach that investing goal. That's what I see happening for you. Persist. Five of Swords is the win at all cost mentality. No matter what it looks like, you continue to persist. That means you continue to see yourself winning. No matter what. And you will win. Go listen to that song. That's a gospel song. It's one of my favorite gospel songs. You will win. She says the enemy came up against your house. The enemy came up against your home. The enemy came up against your family. The enemy came up against your business. The enemy came up against your health. But you will win in the name of Jesus. You will win. You need an arsenal of movies and music and art. Shit that makes you feel supported and surrounded by your angels and your ancestors. You use that Queen of Cups energy, that intuitive energy, to lock into the spiritual support that surrounds you. And then you focus that Queen of Swords energy. You get relentless with your commitment to seeing yourself win. You don't deviate from that. We're not living in a world or an economy or a political climate where you can wake up and say, I don't want to meditate today. I just don't feel like it. I just didn't feel like scripting. We're not living in a political climate where you get to do that. Playtime is over. Not being the leader of your mind is over. It's not just your subconscious thoughts and your subconscious beliefs that are going to be running the show. But now you're living in a physical reality where there are people being platformed. We are becoming increasingly aware of some of the most deranged bullshit, hateful bullshit that I've ever heard of in my life. I knew that racism was racisming, but I didn't know that racism was racisming in the way that racism is racisming. Fuck. This is real shit. And you need to be on your Zoom every day at 10. And from that place, you will win. Everything else is bullshit. Everything else is distractions. I'm saying no to the distractions. I am brave. Nevertheless, I'm persisting. And you will win, okay? They're not even telling me anything specific other than you will win, and this is something financial. This is money, this is grants, this is scholarships, this is raises, this is promotions, this is financial gifts, this is winning the fucking lottery. Financial abundance, safety, security, and protection. You will win. All right, pile number 2. Be sure to comment that down below. I am brave. If this resonated with you, if you're claiming this. And also, you guys, I am offering psychic readings again. I just opened my books back up. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you want some insight and support and messages from your spirit team, you can get that now by clicking the link in the description box. Okay, you guys, I don't always continue offering personal readings for long. I don't know how long I'm going to be offering personal readings this time around, but I suggest that you go and check it out and choose the bookings that, or the booking that feels most aligned with you. Okay, my loves, thank you so much for being here. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way out, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Okay. I noticed recently things go wrong until they get right. Okay, yes, as long as that feels like a supportive story to tell, sure. Michaela says, thank you for the reading, Nath. You're super duper welcome. Jordan gives the hand clapping emojis. Good. Happy you enjoyed it. All right, let's move on to pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3. How are you, divas? Okay, we're tapping into this idea and concept of the light is coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. So what is coming back to you in your life? And of course, I have to give the disclaimer that I don't subscribe to the whole light is good, darkness is bad. But that's the phrase that they've been repeating back to me over and over and over again for a while now. So in general, I love the concept and idea of goodness coming in, God showing up, angels serving you, and evil losing. Okay. And so that's the messaging that's here. Okay, there's a song by Ariana Grande where she says that the light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. You might want to listen to it. But yeah, okay, so that's what we have. All right, we have the High Priestess out. Immediately, we got the High Priestess in pile number 1. So you guys could have also chosen pile number 1. But you guys chose the Witch. Okay. So you guys chose pile number 3, the Witch. It says creatrix, lotus flower, free will. I wasn't always like this, you know. I had to create who I am. The High Priestess and the Hermit. Oh my God, yes. Okay, pause. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. Pile number 3, you know who you are. You have always known who you are. And I don't just mean like your boundaries and, you know, the things that you like and the things that define who you are as a person. Yes, you know who you are. And maybe some of you have been on a journey of self-discovery where you've been reintroducing yourself to things and learning things about yourself and allowing yourself to grow and expand and grow into who you truly are at your core. So that could resonate with you as well. But the message that I'm getting is with the High Priestess and the Hermit, I wasn't always like this, you know. I had to create who I am. The message that I'm getting for pile number 3 is you know intuitively who you are and who you were called to be. The light, oh, I'm sleepy. Excuse me. The light that's coming in to give back everything that the darkness stole. This is about you have a vision of yourself. You have a vision of like your future. Like, I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. I've always wanted to be a New York Times bestseller. I've always wanted to be a surgeon. Like, you have something inside of you, a calling, an anointing, a woman that you have been called to be. And you could have felt like the darkness that was taking away from you, or that was hurting you, or that was hindering you, was, oh my God, why do I keep yawning? Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to go to bed soon. The darkness that was taking away from you was like life circumstances, something that said, you can't be that, you'll never do that, you can't afford to start that business, you can't blah, 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 blah. You'll never get married and have a family. You have a vision of who you want to be. And that is your calling. A portion of your calling. That is your destiny. And you know this. The light that's coming to give back everything the darkness stole is a manifestation of the woman that you always suspected yourself to be. It's like you've had this dream or something that you don't talk about, that you don't share, that you're not open about, that you don't own. By the way, that's a reflection of low self-esteem. I have a whole course on how to shift that. You have this dream and this desire, and it feels like it's something that's larger than life, but it's not, right? Abraham Hicks says, if this physical reality has the ability to bring your attention to it, if this physical reality can inspire you to want it, then this physical reality can bring it into fruition. In other words, if you can dream it and you can believe it, then you can have it. In other words, nothing is impossible. Pile number 3. I wasn't always like this, you know. I had to create who I am. Every single day. One EFT tapping session at a time. One scripting session at a time. One meditating session at a time. One singing at the top of your sing naked around your living room session at a time. Oh my God. That was fucking crazy. Okay. My computer did a weird thing. That's fine. One moment at a time. That is how you change your life. That is how you change your identity. That is how you change your self-concept. That means your self-perception, how you see yourself. Pile number 3, the message that's coming through from Spirit is that the biggest barrier between you and who you want to be is yourself. It's the thoughts that you're thinking. You're the person that is playing small right now. You're the person that is giving into and surrendering to the thoughts that say, you can't do that. You can't have that life. You can't have that kind of relationship. Somebody like that would never love somebody like you. You're not pretty enough to have that. You're not smart enough to have that. You're not educated enough to have that. You don't have enough experience to have that. You can't handle that. You can't make that happen. That's not available to you. That's all you. And, you might be thinking the thoughts as a consequence of things that happened in your past. You might be thinking those thoughts as a consequence of childhood experiences. You might be thinking those thoughts as a consequence of the things that you're seeing in the news and the things that are going on politically. And still, you have the final say of what you're going to believe and what you're going to expect. I wasn't always like this, I had to create who I am. Who are you now choosing to become? Pile number 3. What are you now choosing to own? What are you now choosing to step into? Comment down below. Tell me. Tell all of us. Own that. Take this opportunity. Accept this invitation right now to own what your actual dream is, what your actual calling is. Who do you really want to be? What do you really want to do? In your wildest dreams, who are you? What do you have? How much do you earn? What do you know? Those are all journal prompts that you should be answering. The light that's coming to give back everything that the darkness stole. You are about to become and live out something that you intuitively know is yours. It's like you intuitively know that this is your destiny. You know that this is your calling. You know that this is your purpose. You know that this is the path that you were always meant to walk. Your biggest step right now is owning it. Your biggest step right now is accepting it. Loudly, boldly, proudly. The Lovers, the Six of Cups, cards that also came out during pile number 1. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you're liking the video, by the way. The Hanged Man, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. For a lot of you, this is around like motherhood and like being a wife. And also being successful. This is about having it all. They're singing I Want It All from High School Musical 3, the soundtrack. I want it all. Fulfillment in every single aspect of life. It is more than just a dream. It's not just your imagination. Visual Vamp Up would be a really good course for you to check out. Pile number 3. It's under my training bundles if you're interested, because it's about healing your relationship with your imagination. If I was you, I would check out Visual Vamp Up, and I can and I should. But regardless, the Lovers, Six of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. You are manifesting like a family and kids. With the King of Pentacles, this could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth sign man. Doesn't have to be. But this is with a man who is financially abundant, wealthy, generous. Three of Wands. This is something you were waiting for. The Hanged Man. Did you give up on this? The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. You gave up on your dream. You gave up on your vision. You gave up on what you saw happening for you. I said, just because you gave up on that dream does not mean that that dream gave up on you. What you want, wants you. You guys definitely could have chosen pile number 1, because now it's feeling like, it feels like pile number 3 is kind of like deeper. It feels like pile number 3 is like pile number 1.2 or some shit. What you want wants you. This is bigger than you. You're not the only one manifesting this. You're not the only person manifesting this. And this is why when we're having that conversation about free will, which is crazy because on the Witch card, free will is one of the words. When we're having a conversation about free will, things get really tricky, don't they? Because if God knew who we were going to be when we were created in the womb, and he knew the choices and decisions we were most likely to make, do we really have free will? Are we really making different choices and decisions? We're all co-creating reality with one another. Are we really all having free will? You know, it's a conversation to have. Not right now, not in this video. But you have children in the spiritual realm that are like wanting to be born from you and your partner. And I know a lot of you don't know who this partner is, or you're not with this partner. I don't know. But it's like specific. You know how in manifestation they say what you want wants you? That's what I'm getting. What you want wants you. You're not the only person with the dream. You're not just somebody who wants to create a successful business that has a lot of customers. There are customers that want to shop at your business. There are customers that want the product that you have to offer. You're not the only person manifesting this. You're not the only person manifesting this relationship. You're not the only person manifesting you being a wife. There's somebody who wants to marry you bad. And I'm not talking about in that general tarot reading sense where it's like, oh, this person on your mind wants to marry you, but they're figuring out 1,000,001 different things. I'm not talking about that. It could be a situation like that. It could not be a situation like that. That's not what I'm getting. I'm not talking about that. I'm not focusing on that. I'm saying there's somebody that wants to marry you. There's somebody in their higher self, in their soul, that is calling you into their life. And pile number 2, we talked about persistence. There's somebody that is persistently manifesting you. There are spirit babies that are persistently manifesting you. There are customers and clients and audience members that are persistently manifesting you. They're like, the call is coming from inside the house. The calling isn't just a calling from God. You're answering the call that the collective is shooting out. You're answering the call that your future spouse is shooting out. You're answering the call that your future children are calling out in the non-physical. You gave up on something, you let something go, you released something. 8 of Wands. But it's still coming towards you. It's still manifesting. And you'll know what this is because in your heart and in your soul, you feel it. We can never walk away from the things that we are truly called to do. Well, I mean, maybe you can if you are okay living a miserable life, but I'm not, and I assume that you're not either. So there's a call for pile number 3. And you feel this pull. Nine of Swords, and you can't stop thinking about this. It is your next right step. It is where you are meant to go. It is who you are meant to be. I've had a lot of goals in my life that I just gave up on and walked away from. And the reason that I was able to give up on them and walk away from them is because they weren't really goals that were coming from my heart. So when you find yourself in a position where you keep having a new goal and then you're changing to a new goal and then another, you need to practice getting connected to your own heart. This is High Priestess. This is the Hermit card. This is meditation. Sitting and being silent. And willing to be uncomfortable at first. Everything doesn't have to be easy. Some shit is challenging. Sometimes sitting and just deep breathing with sound bowl meditations going on in the background, or meditation music, or trickling water, or ocean sounds, whatever. It's hard and it's difficult and your thoughts are racing. Keep trying anyway and just focus on your breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep going for 15 minutes. And then on that third day, you have an epiphany. On that 5th day, you suddenly see something differently. On the 7th day, you start to get a sense of something. You start to see a flash of yourself. You start to receive an idea about yourself. You start to receive an idea for that business, an idea for how to advertise, an idea for what to do, an idea for your next right step. I wasn't always like this, I had to create who I am. You are being called to reconnect with your own inner being, your own inner knowing. And you are going to lead yourself to happiness and fulfillment in this family. Three of Wands. There is a family that is calling you. There is a family that is calling you. I'm talking about you are the mother. You have children. Or you have more children. I don't know. There is a family that is calling you. And the more that you trust your intuition, and the more that you trust your inner knowing, the faster this is going to manifest for you. Because you're constantly being sent signs and information on next right steps and blah, 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 but you don't listen because you don't hear, because you're not tapped in, because you're not practiced, because you're not listening to your intuition enough. Okay, meditation is coming through really strongly as a recommendation. If you listen to this and you click off the reading and you don't meditate, and then 2 weeks later you're feeling really frustrated again, remember that I told you this. And don't just do it for 14 days. Try 30. Try a month. And then after a month, try 2 months. Right? Your intuition is playing a really huge role right now. Because your destiny is not just to be this mother and to be this wife, but also to have a 10 of Pentacles. This has to do with your career. 9 of Swords. If you've been feeling anxiety, worry, stress, meditation will help you calm your nerves. It'll help you build your confidence. It'll help you get clarity. They're like, right now, your anxiety is a reflection of you allowing your brain to go like crazy. You're not being the leader of your mind. You're letting train of thoughts go that need to be nipped in the bud. You're letting yourself focus on shit that doesn't need to be focused on and downward spiral into places that don't need to be, gone to. Meditation will help you to get grounded, to recenter, and to reconnect with the infinite intelligence inside of you. And there's guidance there. Every day, one meditation at a time, you are becoming this woman that you have always dreamed of being. And that's what's coming. You are about to become your dream woman. You're about to become the woman of your dreams. With the relationship, the family, and the career that you have imagined and envisioned yourself having. I wasn't always like this, I had to create who I am. Are you going to show up and do your part? That's your affirmation. Comment that down below. I choose to do my part. I choose to do my part. I choose to commit to next level mental and emotional peace. I choose to do my part. As you do that, you become that woman. It's going to manifest in the physical, okay? So I kind of feel like pile number 3 is like a combination of pile number 2 and pile number 1. You did literally get cards that came out for both of those piles. So I don't know. Maybe you watched all of them. Doesn't matter. I love you lots. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, well, you guys don't know this yet. I'm offering psychic readings again. I just opened my books back up, okay? So click the link in the description box if you would like to book a personal reading and get some personalized support and messages from me. Okay, my loves, I love you guys so, so much. I don't know how long I'm going to have my books available for readings. I don't know. You guys know I like to turn them on and off when I need breaks and different things like that. So get it while the getting is good, okay? I love you lots, and I'll talk to you in the next video. All right. Hi, Bree. How are you? Not you pulling out Ariana. I already have chills. I've been listening to Ari and Doja religiously the past few days as I'm starting to really lock in. Good. I'm happy you had that synchronicity. Bree, I do want it all. Beautiful. Yes. Thank you, Jordan. Everybody liked the video. Just now picking myself up from years worth of depression, health issues, and my autism diagnosis journey. Yeah. I'm also in the process of receiving blast therapy for my CPTSD. Yeah, that's a lot. Good for you. Focusing on your healing and overcoming, Bree. That's really beautiful. I choose to do my part. Amen. I love that. I love that so much for you, Bree. I'm so happy that that resonated with you, and I'm so excited for you to continue to give us all updates on your journey, which I hope that you will. Okay, I love you guys lots, and I am hopping off of here now. It's time for Mama to go to bed. I love you, and good night.